It really is a distinct pleasure to be here today. You know, when I think back to when I first ran for mayor, today is exactly what I had in mind for the future of Salinas. You know, the present and past of Salinas, I think it's fair to say, has been pretty green. I think today is an indication that the future will also be green, and I'm really pleased about that. The other speakers will get into the specifics of this partnership, but one of the things that I think is really important about green vehicles for Salinas is it's clear the future of the automotive industry will have an electric component. It is clear California will be involved in that, and it is clear where you have a manufacturer or an assembler, there will be other elements, and you create an entire supply chain. And so that is an exciting opportunity for Salinas. That's one of the reasons we've been so intent on pursuing this opportunity. And the other thing is, very, very frankly, the entrepreneurial spirit that green vehicles introduces to the community is also going to introduce an important element to the business environment in the city. So that's the first thing that I think is terribly important. The other thing that this partnership does represent, it is a concrete example of exactly what we hoped for. Where there is one, there will be two, there will be three, there will be four. And over time, those hundreds of jobs become thousands of jobs. You know, once upon a time in a former life when I was young, working for Atari and Microsoft and Verbatim in the Silicon Valley, and don't worry, I left Microsoft before I got stock, so I don't have that burden in life. But I like to tell people, if you think about the Silicon Valley, really, it had to have the ability to happen. And I was just talking to somebody who said, and you know, you had to have some young people who like to hang around garages and talk and dream. But when it began to move, you know, I used to work for Atari, and it had 60 buildings. It was growing so fast, it had 60 locations. Trust me when I tell you, if you have 60 locations, you have no plan, except how do I keep up with growth? So the Silicon Valley just began to move once it got a life of its own. So I truly hope today is the beginning of the future of green, adding a new dimension to the life of this valley. You know, our support from the city, this is really kind of the first time we've jumped into the game and taking a position with a company. And certainly I want to acknowledge Jeff Weir's leadership in that, and note that the council chose to do that. You know, folks want new industry and they want new opportunities. And we kept the risk to a minimum in doing that. But new requires having some faith, and the city of Salinas has that faith, and we're sure that'll be rewarded. And I think the other thing, and I'll close with this, that what's important about it is we're excited that this is a Salinas and a Monterey County story today, but the reality is it's part of a California story. That a lot of the funding that gets these two companies moving comes from the California Energy Commission. So California is taking a position in the new economy. And, you know, I know there's a lot of discussion about all things environmental, but I like and believe the fact we'll be in the center of environment, economy, and energy will be good for the state. But you know, and I'm an ag guy, and most folks know that. This valley leads, we are the fresh epicenter of the world, but we are not the cost leader. We'll never be the cost leader, but we are the value leader. And I think this will be another great example as California embraces the clean tech revolution. And so I'm really excited for what this means for the future of the city and the county and the state. And frankly, this is a pretty impressive turnout. So I dare to dream that the Valley will once again begin to move. So it's a pleasure to welcome everyone here. So thank you.